Hey guys, what's up? Just let me know if you can see me, if you can hear me. Wait for a couple more people to come on. Can you guys hear me? Give me the thumbs up. Let me know you're ready to roll. I see you. How you doing, Talked Up? We're gonna make some knives today. All right, so it says I got 7 people up there. Just let me know if you can hear me. Can you guys hear what I'm saying? You can hear me. Awesome. Good. All right. We'll just wait for a couple more people to come on. I think I got like 8 people. Nobody's chatting. That's fine. Whatever. Jimmy Void, what's up, brother? Bricklayer, I see you. All right. So I'm just going to kick this off. So basically, the way this works is I'm going to be running a lot of equipment. Okay, I'm going to be running a lot of equipment. So if you have questions, just put them in there, and then what I'll do is, as I stop working, I'll go through the questions. All right. So there's going to be a lot of stuff, a lot of moving parts here. Safety is going to be paramount, so I'm going to be wearing a respirator. I'll try not to talk while wearing a respirator because it comes out really bad, and you guys can't hear it anyway. Uh, we're probably just going to put the handles on today. I got handle material. All right, so you guys can see I got handle material. The knife that I started is actually a customer's blade. So if anything completely goes wrong, whatever the case is, it goes wrong. This is a live feed. The reason I do these live feeds is because a lot of people have been asking me to show them a little bit more about knife making, and I think it also helps the business, and I appreciate all you guys being there. Also, if you guys haven't already checked out the Three River Blades, go to threeriverblades.com. It's down below. Also, Patreon, you can be a Patreon member for like $1 a month. The links are down below. Amazon store, all that good stuff will be all the links down below. So I'm sorry I can't really move the camera too much, but the I'm kind of like set up on a tripod with a bunch of zip ties. I ordered some more equipment, just waiting for it to come in. So what we're gonna do today, this is a customer's blade. This is the Mark One Scout. Yesterday we went over and what we did is we just did the rough grind. Okay, so we did the rough grind on it. We've got all the bevels in. It's not sharp, but it's sharp enough. Pay in particular close attention to the tip, making sure that that's squared off, making sure that your bevels are straight. Now I freehand, so every single knife is going to be completely different. And also, if you are someone that is a knife maker or wants to be a excuse me. If you want to be a knife maker, your equipment's going to get used over and over, and what's going to happen is the wheels. I think I said that yesterday that one of my wheels starts to tend to wobble, and the reason that is because it's being used. All right, so the equipment's got to be replaced. You just got to put that into your budget. All right, so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to attach some handle material. All right, this is canvas micarta. It is burgundy. We got some stainless steel pins that I already pre-cut. Stainless steel pins, and we also have stainless steel tube that I already pre-cut. If you guys are interested, I have a link on my website to buy this material. Okay, so you buy this in long stock. You buy it in like 72 inches. I got some long stock here. This is quarter an inch long stock. Okay, you buy it in 72 inches. You could probably get it on Amazon or any metal store or even Home Depot. It doesn't really matter. If you want to get the fancier stuff like the micarta and all that stuff, you buy it from like knife kits and stuff like that. But for my purposes, I'm just making utility knives for a lot of people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to bring the camera a little closer, or it may or may not work. I'm going to have to tape this up first so I don't mess up or get glue in any of the grooves or any place I don't want it. So it's just regular blue painter's tape. And again, guys, like I said, if you have questions, just put them up there. Also, I was able to set up Super Chat. Super Chat, if you look down below where you're chatting, there should be a $ on one side and I think stickers on the other. And I think if you click on that, you should be able to send money. I appreciate it. My family appreciates it. The channel appreciates it. It just allows me to keep doing these videos. All right. So nothing special there. Little blue tape keeps all the glue where I don't want it to go. All right. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my piece of micarta. Let's see if I can find my scribe. I just had it somewhere. There it is. So that's just a scratch all. All right, if you could see that. It's just a scratch. You can use this. This works on any metal that you have. And I'm going to scribe my pieces that I want to be cut out. All right, just make sure you have a left and a right side. And then we'll want a little bit so you can see it. Again, this is the loud part. So if you guys have your audio up high, you might want to lower it right now. It's going to get really loud in here. Just rescribing. That's like a little piece. This is a little piece. All right. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. Just throw them on the thing. I can answer while I can talk in between. Can you hear me now? Let's see. Can you guys hear me talked up? You can hear me? Like I said, sometimes my Wi-Fi is not too great around here. Awesome. I'm still working out all the kinks with all the technology. So I'm just working it out. All right. Can you guys hear me good? You guys can hear me now, right? Joey Jones, what's up? Torqued up, good. All right. Going good, no problem. Okay, good. All right, so I'm gonna flip the camera around a little bit. I'll just show you what I'm doing here. So everybody does this a little bit differently. P2E, thank you very much. Okay, I'm gonna show you what I'm doing here a little bit. So everybody does it a little bit differently. Some people kind of sand out or sand the scale to itself. What I do is I use the whole knife so I can get that flat scale. All right, that's what I'm trying to do, is just get it as close to the original knife as possible. Okay, in here I have 1, 2, 3 holes that need to be drilled. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sand this first. Actually, I'm sorry, I'm going to drill it first and then I'm going to sand it. All right, I use vice grips because vice grips really lock onto that knife. Makes it a lot easier for me to maneuver the vice grips when I have to do the other side of the knife, and you'll see that. So let me just move the camera back a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. All right, let's see if I can fix this a little bit more. All right. So I'm going to try to do one of these videos every day or every other day. I'm going to try to schedule it if I can at around this time. I know it's Eastern Standard Time, and I got some people from around the world that also watch my videos, so I apologize. I don't know if I'm going to do it over the weekend. I'm going to have to figure that out. So let's see. All right. So all I'm doing is 1, 2, 3 holes. I'm just going to drill my pilot holes. That's all I'm doing. So a lot of times it gets stuck. Just give it a little wrap. That's it. So live feed, live action. Come on, come on. You want to break through? Come on, baby. I got you. This is all the stuff that Forge and Fire doesn't show you. I'm sorry. What was that? Joey Jones, have you ever thought about going to Forge and Fire? Actually, it's funny. Forge and Fire actually contacted me. I think they have a satellite office here in New York. The reason I didn't do it is because I don't forge my blades. So I explained to them that I don't forge it, and it's not grind in fire; it's forged in fire. Now, the only reason I don't grind my blades is because if you live in the inner city, there's a lot of fire codes, and I just don't have the space to do it. So if I lived out, upstate, or if I had land, I'd build my own forge and I would forge my own blades. But there's restrictions that you can't have fire a certain amount or close enough to the house and that kind of stuff. So, all right. So I drilled all my pilot holes, and then what I'm going to do is just sand this down. Again, it's going to get really loud in here. My lamp is possessed. Let me get another belt. Just grab another belt, that's all. Yes, it would be badass. All right, I'm gonna have to switch the camera around because I got to use a different. I got to use this machine. Actually, you know what? Here, let's see if I can move this back a little bit. If that works. I'm in a very, very tight, confined space. I'll throw some fans on. Just to get the moving. So this is a Wilmot grinder. It's on its side. Wilmot, if you haven't met him, really good dude. He's at all the blade shows. He makes knives and he makes grinders. Excellent freaking grinder. Guy makes really good stuff. He's also a veteran. I think he's an Army veteran. He's switching out some wheels. All right. So just a little trick. Always grind the side that goes closest to the blade. A lot of times when I first started, I wasn't grinding the side that goes closest to the blade, and I wound up putting them on the wrong sides, and then none of the pins showed up. They were all a little bit off. So if you can, grind the side. This way you know what side goes to the blade, and then the outside sticks out. So like I said, guys, I'm going to be going back and forth to the grinder and to the camera. So if you have any questions and I'm on the grinder, I'll come right back and answer them for you. All right. So now what I got to do is exactly the same thing, just do it on the other side. Well, so how was all your days? How'd all your days go? Good? You guys still working? Is everybody still from the East Coast? East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, overseas? Tennessee? Tennessee's a great place to live. I like Tennessee. I want to live there. All right, same thing on the left side. There we go. Now again, going back to the grinder, grind all this extra stuff off. It's gonna get loud. All right, so now I have pretty much a couple scales. Albuquerque, cigar captain. Nice. Yeah, Jimmy, I like my coffees. Definitely. All right, so what I'm doing, guys, is I pretty much have the style that I want, or at least the outline shaved off. It's not 100%. It's not 100% there. But like I said, this can be very confusing and can look like this. All right, so that's why I shave the inside of it just to make it thin. And then what I do is I take two dummy pieces of steel and I put them together like this. Now, like I said, there's no right way of doing this. It's just what looks good for the knife. So don't let another knife maker tell you you're not doing the right thing or whatever the case is. Right? So for me, I want it to be as symmetrical as possible. Right? So what I do is I put two dummy pins in there and it kind of holds it together. You could also use clamps So what I want to do here is just flatten this out, because a lot of times with your hands, as you get tired, your hands start moving and then the bevels aren't the same. This is not flat. I could put a square on here. I could show you it's not flat. This is not flat. This is all kind of different. And then at the end, what I want to do is, you see how we have this ridge right here? It's not even correct. I'm going to round it off on the sander, all right, on the grinder, because I want it to look like something. Also, replace your belts as often as necessary. Otherwise, you burn the material. You guys got that? Jimmy, I still got your knife. Don't worry, I didn't forget about it. I'm gonna make a new sheet for you. Don't worry, I got you, bro. I'll make a new sheet. All right, so as you guys can see, all right, nice and straight, flush, plumb, all that good stuff, nice and clean. That's what you want them to go on. Because even if they're messed up on the knife, you cannot go back and fix this right here. All right, this is the top of the knife. Once you glue these on, you're not going to be able to get in there and sand. It's just not going to work. You're going to wind up scratching the steel, or all the grind lines that you put on there that are nice now are going to wind up getting scratched. So I know there's some knife makers that put the handles on first and then finish the knife. It's whatever floats your boat. That's not me. So I'll take the pins out. All right. Oh, lose my pins. So I got 1, 2 pins, and then here's a lanyard hole. The lanyard hole is that tubing that I showed you. These are going to affix to here. Okay, it's going to look something like that. However, before I affix them, what I'm going to do is I'm going to scratch this up, roughen up the surface, take a little bit out of here. There are 2 holes, and take a little bit out of the inside. And the reason is because when you glue this together, you want to make sure that epoxy has somewhere to sit. If it's just flat and you squish the hell out of this, you're squishing all the epoxy out and it's got nowhere to go. So that's what you want to do. You want to make sure that it's nice and has a little bit of a pocket, so once you mix all of it, it's good to go. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. Grind this and then grind my 2 slabs. Told you it gets loud in here. You just got to practice, Joe. Just got to practice. Everything here is practice. All right. So, give you an idea. We're running on 39 minutes. So I'm going to try to put these on before that. All right, we're running on 40 minutes. All right. So the handle's nice and roughed inside and out. Now I'm going to put this handle together. I'm going to mix the epoxy. I'm going to mix the epoxy. I'm going to put it on here, squish it together with some clamps, C-clamps, whatever the hell you got. Don't overthink it. Now, as you're doing it, you're going to have to need some acetone, some type of toothbrush, preferably the one that you don't wash your teeth with, some rags, gloves, whatever it is you need. Because as you're working, you're gonna have to take you're gonna take all that gluey mess and you're gonna have to get it off. If you let it dry, you're gonna have the same exact problem. You're gonna have a problem trying to get it off, and you're gonna wind up scratching everything. All right, so that's what we're not trying to do, is we're not trying to scratch up the knives that we already built. All right, I know that's not close enough, but I'm gonna try to get it as close as I can. All right. So what I would do is I would take my bar stock. I'm sorry, my round stock. I would take my round stock, roughen up the edges by using it on the sander, just rolling it back and forth and making it into a point or pointed. You can see how it looks almost like a little bit of bullet. All right, and just cut. You don't have to be exact. I know there's some people that are exact. I just cut it. This bar stock, this round stock is not that expensive. Okay, so if I'm a little over, I'd rather have more than less. All right, that's short of what every female says anyway. All right, so what I'm gonna do is just use my cup, let my acetone sit in there, clean up a little bit. Make sure you have a clean work area. Make sure you wear an eye protection, because I don't know about you, but I've had acetone splash into my eyes, and it hurts like a motherfucker. So please wear some eye protection, all that good stuff. All right. So as I'm doing this, if you guys have any questions or whatever it is, please let me know. Also, if you guys can tell me, if you look at the chat right now and where you're going to put in your information, just let me know if there's a $ over to the side and a sticker on the other side. See if you can see that. Tell me if it's there. Yes, it's there. Big $. Right. Okay. That's the super chat. If you click on that, it'll bring up something that says, if you wanted to contribute, that kind of thing. On the other side of where that box is a sticker. It's like a super sticker. If you click on that, it'll bring up a bunch of emojis or icons that actually have like a $1.99, that kind of stuff. That's how you support the channel if you wanted to. I'm not saying you have to give me any money. I appreciate it if you did, but that's how you would support this chat, this live feed. Okay. I know there's a lot of non-technical people on this chat, so that's what I'm trying to see if everybody's on the same page. All right. All right. So I got my pins. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up my epoxy. Make sure you get the 5-minute epoxy. 5-minute epoxy is way better, in my opinion. Okay. It's also a 5-ton epoxy. 5-ton, 5-minute, whatever. Come on. There you go. So all I'm doing is just getting a really good mix. The problem is that my studio, my shop is a little bit cold. The colder it gets, the less the epoxy wants to cooperate. Okay. So try to have it at least room temperature or a little bit warmer if you can. All I'm doing is I'm just putting the epoxy on there. I got my epoxy. I got all my stuff ready to go. This is a big thing, is the preparation. All right. I cleaned up all my steel. And then what I'm going to do is just attach it, squish it in there a little bit, make sure the holes are lined up where you want them, make sure there's no tape in the way. A lot of times you put that blue painter's tape on there and it's right in the way of the glue. You don't want that. Move it if you need to. And start with the solid pins first. Shut it all the way through. There you go. It's a little off. That's what I wanted. There you go. There you go. Nice. You'll know when you hit it. If you hit it right, and it gets right into the hole, you'll know it. All right, put this in here too. A little bit difficult. All right. Yep, she's there. All right. So I got about 5 minutes to work with this. And what I'm going to do is try to squeeze all of these together. You could also use the bench vise if you wanted to. Bench vise is always a good idea. So all I'm doing is using the vise, the bench and my hammer. I'm just smacking the crap out of it until it complies. Get on there. Okay. So what I like to do is I like to start from the top and then work myself back. So guys, like I said, as I'm working here, if you have questions, then put them up there, because as soon as I'm done cleaning this up, I can answer all your questions. Oh, jeez. God damn, that's heavy. Come on. Get another bigger one. All right. So now this is the most important part when you're doing this. Saves you a lot of time of cleanup. Just try to get your clamps on there. It's like I'm trying to clean the top or the furthest most handle material. Get that out of the glue. And I use a toothbrush. This stuff sets up pretty quick, so be generous. That'll be quick. So I'm not too concerned about the front. I'm mostly concerned with the top, because that's where you're going to see any deviation or dirt or glue, excess glue. That's where you're going to see it right there. Now you could use Corby bolts if you want. If you don't know what Corby bolts are, it's like instead of using the pins, it's a screw that you screw together inside here, and you tighten it, and then you just file them all. All right. That's all you're doing. So I just want to make sure I have a good cleanup on the front of the knife. All right, I'll put an extra few more clamps in there just for good measure. Not that it needs it, but and I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, looks like some contraption out of Spider-Man. All right, so what I'm going to do is this is a really good spot to stop. If you guys are interested, come back tomorrow. I'll show you what it looks like when we take all those clamps off. All right, so let's see. Any particular kind of epoxy? Joey's getting injured. Joey Jones is getting injured with mowing his lawn. Uh, the epoxy is, I just buy it on Amazon, but I like DevCon. DevCon's the one that I use. It's affordable, it's cheap, you know, it's not that big of a deal. Let's see if I could pull this up a little bit. All right, how's that? You guys can see me? All right, so that's pretty much it, guys. Like I said, I'm gonna let this sit overnight. I'm gonna try to do this tomorrow. I'll put the little link for the timeline. I'll show you how I clean this knife up. I'm gonna try to finish out the week by finishing this customer's knife. It's really not that difficult once you get used to it and once you have all the tools and everything's good to go. But please like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Yes, you can use mineral spirits to clean as well. Mineral spirits will work. I like the toxic stuff better. No, Dom, you're not on the pay you no mind list. I try not to do any political stuff on the chats. You'll be here. Thank you, Joey. Thank you very much, guys, for all your comments. I really appreciate it. If you want, go to the Patreon page because the links are down below. It only costs you $1 a month to support me. And what I'm going to do is eventually all these videos that you see here will wind up on Patreon. As we know, the YouTube does a lot of censorship. So I want to make sure I have a nice cache of good videos about knife making, designs, and all that good stuff. I'm also going to put other stuff up there. So if you wanted to design a knife, and you want me to design it, it's probably the easiest way to do a customization is on Patreon, because we'll work together, we'll work out a form, we'll do all that stuff, and it'll be awesome. All right, so I'm working on a couple other things. Also, get on the mailing list. The mailing list, I'm going to put out a promotion code. If you're not there yet, go to threeriverblades.com, get on that mailing list, okay? Threeriverblades.com, also Three River Kydex. Three River Kydex, I'm starting to make holsters, so the same stuff that I use to make sheets, I make holsters, so you can check out all that stuff, all right? Any last minute questions? Rumble and screw through replacement. Rumble, okay, Rumble's probably a good one too. I'll check that out as well. But that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you very much. Please go to threeriverblades.com. Also check out Patreon and all the links down below. I'll put that there. And as always, guys, please stay safe. Thank you, guys.